Hello and welcome to episode 46 of a dose of Sinsanity. I am GR3. I am joined by Welshie. And it's been a bit. Welshie, what did you say?
The boys are back, dude. And I'm still tired and I'm still red from the charity event. My God.
Oh my God, dude, that wore me the absolute fuck out.
Wait a minute. Have we done a podcast since the charity event? I don't think we have.
I don't know if we have. It's been quite a break. And the cool thing though is like with the break comes a lot of like really exciting stuff.
Yeah,
so like we're not short on shit to talk about, which is kind of fun because like sometimes we go through like each week we're like, damn, what do we talk about this week? No clue. Okay, let's just spit bullshit for an hour. But
no, we've never done that. No. Every podcast is gripping material that everyone needs to hear. Greco, you understand this. There's never a time we bullshit.
I never once said that my bullshit isn't stuff that people need to hear.
Oh, fair point.
But let's start with a bit of story time. And I haven't told you this, so you're gonna get a kick out of this shit.
Hit me with it.
But for those of you who don't know what I do for a living, I'm an athletic trainer. So what that entails is no, I'm not a personal trainer. No, I'm not a physical therapist.
Gym teacher.
I'm not a gym teacher. The best way to describe this is whenever you're watching like a football game, somebody gets hurt, the people that walk onto the field and take care of the injury, that's what I do, among like other stuff. But I essentially oversee the healthcare of athletes at a high school. And I will forever say that being around some of these high school kids is like, I just lose brain cells. And I'm sorry if any of our listeners are high school kids, but I don't retract that statement. I lose brain cells being around you. And I'm going to be a little bit vague with this because there is like laws that protect some of this stuff, but like I've had some of the most ridiculous injuries lately and you're just going to get a kick out of these. All right. So one of the injuries, I had an athlete, and this is like Monday. Okay. Like these two injuries I'm going to tell you about is literally Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
That's that.
So
like,
back to back. We're talking back to back here.
So Monday, I have an athlete who was just like running around being a dumb kid. And I guess if you can picture it, running with like looking back, you know what I mean? Like imagine like a dog, like after you throw a fucking tennis ball and he's trying to look like watch you throw it while he's running in the direction you're supposed to throw it at. So he's running like this. And as he turns his head, runs face first into a like one of the big light poles, like the lights that are like stadium lights, those big metal things, runs into that, damn near knocks him out. Like dude is messed up, like talking and like
into a light pole.
Into a light pole.
Did you hear a ding or a dong?
I wasn't even there. Like I was in my room working with other athletes, and like
gotcha.
I'm like, what happened? And
what happened?
I don't know. Like dude's fucked up. Like he's fucked up.
Laid out.
And he's like he couldn't make fucking sense out of a dollar.
Oh
like,
no.
And the kid's like, he ran into the light pole. Like, what do you mean he ran? Like, were you guys like, how does he get like?
How does that occur? Like, explain this to me, please.
He was running and hit it.
The fuck do you mean?
Jesus fuck. So the next day, here's my next injury. A dude was practicing javelin, and as he was practicing, the javelin's sticking out of the ground, and he just walks into the back end of the javelin and actually like cuts his eye.
Are you
like his eyelid, like right above his eyelid?
Oh, dude, what? It was his eye?
Like not his actual eyeball, but like above his eye.
I know, but close enough, dude. Ugh.
Yeah, like I'm talking
like just not looking where he's going and literally walking into a
slower, yeah, well, here's the thing. It was his javelin that he was going to retrieve.
What?
And just walked into it and stabbed himself in the eye.
What?
Like unbelievable.
This is actually extraordinary. I'm going to be real with you.
And I'm going to tell you one other one.
Go ahead.
This happened, like 5 years ago. So you're gonna have to picture this one. This is to this day The dumbest concussion that I've ever diagnosed.
Ooh.
So how are you as a student? Were you a sleeper in class?
No, actually. I was a fucking nerd. I loved school, dude. I loved school. I was in honors. I was in Giga honors math. I took every math class I could.
I was a sleeper.
Ah.
And in some classes, right? Like some were interesting, but others were. So have you ever seen the kids are like, they'll put their elbows on their desk. They'll like put their forehead on their fist.
Oh, no way, dude. Go ahead. Sorry. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this, right? The elbows slid out to the sides and forehead, boom, on the desk.
That thing that people literally make fun of in like movies and shit of like pushing people's arms out when they're sleeping.
Yeah.
And someone got a concussion from that?
Oh, one of like the more like extreme amount of symptoms. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude. It was like, when I actually say sometimes I feel like I lose brain cells being around these kids, like this is what I'm talking about.
Because you're watching brain cells actively be used and losed. Good Lord.
It just makes you think like, holy cow, like, do I actually want to be a father?
I mean, dude, there's some wonders in me.
I'm naive the fact that like this won't be my kid, right? Like I'm not, like I know this would be my kid. But anywho, let's kind of move on. So let's kind of move, like, what have we been doing during this break? So like you announced, like we took a couple weeks off, decided to collect ourselves, really focus on other things. We're going to kind of talk about a few of those here, but shit just gets busy and sometimes it's just hard to keep up. But we're back and that's fine. But during this break, Welshie, you had one of the coolest things ever happen to you. Why don't you talk about that?
For me personally, dude. So I'll preface this by saying that, as everybody fucking knows, Slacks is like my fucking star destined hero in Dota. I met him at the Austin Major, fucking not Austin, Arlington. Jesus, every fucking time I do that.
You fucked that up a lot.
Every time. Well, because you don't think Arlington when you think Texas. I keep thinking Austin, Texas, and I stayed in Austin, Texas. Anyway. So while I was down there, like I met him there and like got along with him, great, talk with him. He's a great guy. Got interviewed in front of like 100,000 people by him. Great freaking individual in my mind.
Tried to fight the whole stadium.
But I've played against him in pubs. I've only ever played against him in pubs up until this point. Like I'd only ever played like against him, and it always been like him playing with questionable accounts of some kind. But it like was my own experience. I've never played with him, and my biggest dream was like I want to play with Slack someday. Like I want to just meet him in a pub, and like here I am.
I tried so hard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like I remember
it was my birthday or something.
Yeah, it was for your birthday. I wanted to like. I was like, oh, it'd be so cool. Like I became a patron so that I could message him, like trying to get him like, hey man, like I'll pay you money. Just get one pub with this dude. It would make his whole like day. Like you guys are about the same rank. Like it would be perfect. Just any of your time, just if we could just set up one. No fucking response. And then this happens.
Oh, dude, it was ridiculous. Fucking, I got like immortalized. So like you can just, I watched the VOD back from it. So I met him in a match. He was streaming actively, and he posts one message in the chat, and I'm like, Sir Action Slacks, who's this poser? And I go and look, and I'm like, oh, this is the real account. Actively in chat, as everyone would expect me to do, in all capital A's. I just sent like a stream of like fucking just me screaming text based at him, and he was just like, that seems like a calm individual. And then the moment we got into the match and he talked and I heard his voice, I went, it's Slacks! And he immediately muted me. Immediately.
As he should.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I'm muting that guy. And then gave me like 2 minutes and then unmuted me. And then like I was talking with him and shit. And like he laned with me. I played Axe. I'm a baller. Fucking play with him. Greatest fucking match. He'd had like 7 losses up until that point. And fucking like it was the first time we'd be winning. And the entire time, I want to say this right now, like chat was fucking saying, I was screaming, fucking losing my shit because I'm playing Action Slacks, and his chat the entire time was saying, the sanest Axe player. Oh, but my God. So I played with him. I was fucking having a great time, messing around with him, fucking talking to shit. He's constantly voice lining his God game or whatever the fuck. I feel fucking fantastic. And then he slips in a question, man. We're like halfway in this match, and he goes, "Hey, Welsh, do you want to go to Berlin?" Fucking excuse me. Yeah, you want to go? You want to go to Berlin? And I'm like, yeah, you have to. It'll be the ticket. It'll be VIP, and there won't be like a hotel or anything. And I'm like, I make money. I have disposable income. I have dollars.
Even if I don't have it.
No, even if I don't, I'll fucking go into debt. He says he says fucking if he okay, if we win, I'll tell you what, if you win, I'm giving away tickets. I'll give you a ticket. Woo, dude, fucking, I'm losing my fucking mind. And I'm like now the most serious I've ever been in Dota in my entire life. I got like real close to I was like, all right, boys, we're on a mission. Understand this. If we lose this, you're all reported.
Have you ever seen like those videos of like streamers who like, if you win this, you get $1,000, like somebody will post.
Oh yeah.
And it's like the most focused you ever see these people in their life. Like that's what I picture you, but at the same time, like I'm sitting in a voice chat with you.
Oh my God, that's right. You heard this happen.
I said something, you go, I'm focused.
Oh, dude, it didn't even matter. I had a Leshrac that was like 5 levels above everybody else. And dude, I don't know, just those moments that like you want to just live with your fucking hero of just, what was it? I had those kills, man, where it was like turnaround dunks where I'm about to fucking die and just in the last second I get that last spin and just drop the hammer. And like, I'm freaking the fuck out. Slacks is freaking the fuck out. Like, just all of it. He even friended me. I am on his fucking friends list. I am verified. He friended me, dude. He friended me. And fucking,
you guys have played a couple since too.
Yes, I have, and I've carried him every time or beaten him. What was it? And fucking, he nicknamed me in this fucking on stream. He nicknamed me God Gamer Axe, and that was my Dota career, dude. I was like, this is literally the peak. I could go to TI and I wouldn't care anymore. Oh,
dude, that's funny because like it seems like everyone you talk to, they've got that one instance in Dota where you're like, it doesn't fucking matter anymore. Like. When I was on Dota, what the fuck? Like, that was it. That was my Dota career. That I peaked.
Oh, peaked on.
Right? Like, I got on Dota, what the fuck? Like, Aegis Steel and Dive, like, fucking that's it. You get named God Gamer Axe, like, one of your fucking, like, favorite heroes by your fucking hero in the Dota scene. Like, that's it. Like, we're good. Like, we're good here on out.
Dota career, which is... It's even funnier because apparently everyone else thinks this. He's the saltiest fucking like toxicest like streamer apparently in AA. But anytime I play with him, he's a fucking delight, dude. So I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Oh, he probably just fucking, he loves your energy, I imagine.
Which, yeah, because I think we have the same one, right? Like just fucking annoyingly positive. So it's good
annoying,
though.
Positive, you just yell all the fucking time.
Woo, dude, yeah.
I mean, for those of you who've never actually played a game with Welshie, like it can be a treat sometimes. When shit's positive and shit's going well, oh my lord, like you instantly just hit fucking like gorilla mode.
Oh yeah, I devolve into monkey so quickly.
Your fucking chest, like fucking. Where the fuck you think you're going?
Oh, dude, our banter I remember when we were lane partners, fucking like anytime, like we're talking to somebody who can't hear us, man. I'm like, where you going, dog? To the grave, dog. Fucking just,
motherfucker.
Yeah, just fucking chasing people. Oh, it was great.
Get back here.
Oh yeah, but yeah, no, that's the summary. I won that fucking game, and Slack sent me a fucking ticket to Berlin. I'm trying to figure out if I'm able to go or not. But man, dude, I'm fucking excited.
But you have the ticket and you have them.
I do.
On your friends list,
I do. So like, either way, it's a victory, right? Like, I mean, in full honesty, if you told me like a ticket to the Berlin Major or being on Slack's friends list and like he actively asks to play when he's on, like, no, fuck that. I'll take that any day. The latter I'll always take.
Yeah, that's so fucking cool.
It is.
But yeah, like since then too, like speaking of cool things, Pot of Sins just won't fucking die, man.
We're back, dude.
Oh god. Like I keep saying this, so we're like 2 seasons ago, we made the announcement, we're like, hey, Pot of Sins is over. Like we'll still run the podcast and things like that, but Pot of Sins is done. We're not having the whole organization anymore or any of that. And then Naya, like if those of you don't know, I'm hashtag team not Naya all the way.
Hashtag team now.
Yeah, you're hashtag team that.
Always do.
I'm hashtag team BJack, and I'll always be team BJack. Mainly because it annoys the absolute crap out of me. There is nothing like him being pissed off in a game and then being like, Team Austin, you can do it. Yeah, Austin. Just making him mad.
Oh yeah.
But Naya's like, oh, I want to run Pot of Obsidia back. We just won. Like, we're gonna run it again the next season. Okay, whatever. They decided to split up. Naya's going to damage. Everyone else is going to whatever way they're going. So I'm like, it's dead. Thank fuck. And then we're gearing up for PSGS, and as you guys know, Jamokin is not with us right now. He's taking a little break. But with that break comes no PSGS this season, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, all right, I'll go ahead and go into free agency. See what happens. 2 posts later, she posts in the free agency. I'm like, brother, what the fuck are we doing? Like, how are we not going to be on the same fucking team? So, we back.
Yeah. And
Breathe
fucking
back.
Greco asked me, you asked me, you're like, so what do you want to name our new team? And I'm like, new team? What the fuck do you mean, new team?
I go, let it die, dude. Let it die.
Brother, for as long as I fucking play Dota, I will bleed green till the day I fucking die in this game. Until I actually abandon this game forever, which will probably be on my deathbed, I will fucking bleed green. If it's me and you on a team together, it's gonna be fucking greed.
Yeah, so we greed. We back. Bringing back Excalibur Akuda.
Oh,
He was on season 36 out of greed. So he's returning. We took a old Pot of Lust alum with Sean playing our position 1.
Yeah, who did a great job subbing whenever I was captain. Like, he was honestly a really reliable guy. I really appreciate him. I've really enjoyed him.
Oh, I love playing with Sean. It's easy playing with him. I don't know, like the guy doesn't talk much, but it's like everything feels smooth.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a constant. Holy shit, you're nuts!
Oh yeah.
Like in my opinion, he's like, especially since his recal was so bad, he's like one of the most valued fucking players in all of AD2L. Like I know what he can do. I've seen what we've done with him, and the fact that this dude is like, what is he? I think he's Legend 4, maybe 5.
Oh yeah.
Legend 4.
Oh
My brother.
Oh yeah, dude. No, this is the
fucking Mr. Value.
Hell yeah, dude. It's I think everyone's gonna find this. I have to bring this up because Josh, Excalibur Akuda did the same thing. Like, people decided to recal, and it shocks everyone when you hit that recal button. It doesn't ask if you're sure, bro. You hit that button, your MMR is gone. Like,
how many times has that happened to you?
oh,
Just
dude,
like,
it's twice now. Twice now I've done that. Because, like, for anybody who cares to know, like, please go into your fucking settings and go to your account in your settings, and you'll see that right below, like right above Manage Pro Info and Teams is the MMR calibration button. If you hit that button by accident even slightly, like there's a fucking half slightly, fucking your MMR's gone. I'm like, twice now I've fallen for that. Josh was in chat talking to me and was like, wow, it doesn't fucking ask you if you're sure or nothing. I'm like, fucking tell me about it, dude. I'm aware. Oh my god, I lost my mind. I'm like,
I'll never forget. It was like both times you're in chat with me.
Yeah, it
like,
was.
hey, I need you. I go. I need you to like.
And it's always during. It's like right before season.
Well, while she has control of every single pot of Sins team through client.
Yeah, so I'm fucking
like, hey,
in
I
there.
need you to
Yeah.
add like these guys to the roster. Can you go in and do that? So you have to go into the pro info into your teams and then go through the roster. And then I hear a, oh shit, or, oh, not again.
No, I think it's you. No, I remember I was like, whoops. And you just go, what? And I'm like, I did it again. And you're like, no, you fucking didn't. I'm like, yeah, I did.
This is like 3 days before end of registration, and you can't register if not everybody's calibrated.
Yeah, so I had to fucking power play fucking 15 ranked matches or 10 or whatever the fuck the number was. Oh, it was disgusting.
Oh, and like, as a captain, like especially like I hear this from every new captain, but it's like it's constantly like holy shit, my team's a bunch of like idiots. Like
Hey,
it's
fuck you.
literally it's hurting sheep. And then when I have literally Lord Sheepfucker here, like go, oh, I just recalibrated on accident. Like a day or two before like registration's done. I'm like, oh fuck.
I'm the best, dude.
It's like, here's the thing: is most of the time at that point you're like you're hugging like the cusp of we don't have much room.
Oh, everyone's not playing right at that point. They've hung up the fucking cape. They're like, we can't risk shit now.
And then now we have the absolute biggest variable that could possibly occur of recalibration.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh Lord. So Welshie,
Mm-hmm.
we need to add people for greed onto that. Please don't hit that.
I actually have it disabled for the next 30 days, so we're good.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. But yeah, I'm pumped for this greed team. And the other bit we left out a player, fucking Bulby. And I don't know if you know the actual like story of how exactly you found this guy. However, Had from Team Eldrazi, who's my mid laner last season, he started a new team. He was looking for a player, and he made a Reddit post. And in the Reddit post, he's like, "Hey, I need a player, XYZ rank, whatnot." And the guy contacted Had. And Had's like, "Hey man, we filled our team. I know this team is looking for guys, so he sent it over, and this is while we're still PSGS. So he's looking and hits up Jamokin or tells me to throw this guy over to Jamokin, so I do. And it gets to the point where like now we're looking to fill greed, and we're like, fuck, can't find a mid laner like at all. And I'm looking through guys, and I'm like, who the hell is Bulbino? And I look and I'm like, oh, a mid laner with the exact fucking rank that we need. And turns out this dude is an absolute baller.
Oh, he's a monster, dude.
Like he's insane. And like not only is he like really, really good, it's like a freaking Welshie clone. like you two in my mid game, holy shit. Like just running around, just, like screaming, like doing the gorilla, like insulting people, like got no chance. I'm about to kill you.
Get the fuck back here. Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you guys, it's like the way you guys play is so similar. Like it's fun, man. It is so fun watching you two in the mid lane. But I don't know, like I have my own expectations, but I want to hear, what do you think? Like, what are your expectations for this season?
Of this season? I mean, I have little, but I gotta say that fucking we're doing incredibly well in our practices and things, and I think that we have a really good understanding of how to play with each other. So I have pretty high expectations, honestly. I think Bulby's I think we got sleepers was my biggest thing, I would say. Like, I think Bulby's a sleeper. I think he plays way beyond his rank. I think that Sean plays well above his rank. I think that like I play well for where I'm at. I'm actually really comfortable being the Div 1 on the team.
I'm gonna stop you there.
Yeah.
And I don't like complimenting you. You know this, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm aware.
So, but since you came back off your like 9-month break, this is hands down the best Dota I've ever seen you play.
You really think so?
It's not even close. Like the shit that you struggled with when you left is gone. Like I can't farm. All I can do is blink and fight. Like all of a sudden you farm, blink, and fight. Like I don't know my timings. All of a sudden you hit every single fucking timing right away. Like it's insane. Like it's actually like the single best Dota I've seen you play. Like hands down since I've known you.
I appreciate that. I mean, take breaks is like honestly the biggest thing. Like just it is a good practice to step away from Dota for, even if it is just like if you're really, really, truly hard stuck like in your rank and you're really feeling yourself like kind of putting too much stress on it, step away for like don't do 9 months like I did, but I would say like step away for like a 2 weeks to a month, man. Like just chill on the game, watch a couple of games, chill the fuck out, and like just let yourself reset mentally. And like it seems to have done quite well for me.
Yeah, it's an important aspect to hit sometimes, especially when the game becomes dry.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know as well as I do. Like, and it's just this matter of like you get the game comes dry, but then it's also just a matter of like your temperament just changes as you play more Dota, man, and you get shorter. Like you get much less forgiving of the team, and it stops being a game. Like when I stopped taking the game as seriously and just enjoying working on stuff instead of like just constantly worrying about shit like MMR and whatever the fuck else. It just changed the game for me. Like I just started working on mechanics and like playing different heroes and realizing like, oh, that's how you play that. Oh, that's how you do that. Oh, that's what goes on there. Like, I don't know. Just grow as a player. And like, I mean, we know people like that. Yeah. I mean, we know people like that, right? Where it's like, you know, the moment that the game starts going bad, like you start basically kind of throwing and criticizing everyone around you. And it's like, dude, like treat it like a puzzle. Treat it like a puzzle to figure out how you're going to win the game. Like instead of just giving up at fucking 9 minutes. But that being said, like I was like,
how do you get out of Archon, man? As a support player, you play Dazzle and make sure that the shitty players can't die.
Exactly.
Because if they can't die, you win.
Exactly. Like every one of them is a puzzle that can be solved, right? Like that's
right.
The best way I can say it. Exactly like that. Like every fucking rank that you're at is a puzzle to be solved about how to get up to the next one. Every game is a puzzle to be solved of how you're going to win it. Like, you know, and if things are going well,
that's how you play thousands of hours.
Yeah.
On the same map with the same heroes.
Because the problem always changes.
Yep.
It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing as chess. It's exactly the same thing as chess. Same board, same everything, but every single game is 100% different from the last.
Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it exciting. That's why I like it. I mean, it's a brave teaser. But as far going back to like expectations, though, I got to be honest. Like the amount of work that we're putting in is more than we've put in any season so far.
Oh yeah,
hands down. The thought process and like the things we're doing are more advanced than any season that we've done. We have a group of very intelligent players that can handle that kind of stuff. Our understanding and the way that we're picking up, as well as the fact that like how open everybody is to these adjustments and understanding that things that we're asking, or really I'm asking, is so different than your typical pubs. And it's uncomfortable. And I'm sure you know, like the things I'm trying to get you to do, like they're very uncomfortable. It's not your typical style of Dota that you're used to playing. But we're adjusting, and I think we're seeing it works.
Right? Oh yeah.
Like our longest game in like the 6 or 7 that we've played as a team, like our longest game has been 34 minutes, with multiple under 30s, and we're just rolling. Like it feels good. Like everything feels smooth. And like it's only gonna get smoother. Like I can't wait. Like if we're not top 4, it's a disappointment.
I agree.
Because like I know what our team can do. I know how individually skilled our players are. I know how value our players are. Like, and I have a lot of trust in the strats, which well I made them, so I should. You know what I mean? But like,
yeah.
A little bit biased there. But from this is the first season I think since season 29 that I feel like we're going in with a solid chance to win it all.
I agree.
So
we definitely
we still got to work. We still got to do it, right? Like, but we're getting there. And
oh yeah,
it's exciting. Like it's actually this is the most excited I've been for a season in a really long time. Speaking of seasons, though, moving into like kind of the pro scene. Have you heard about the new match fixing shit?
Yep, I've heard enough about it, but I don't know the finer details. Do you know them?
So, from what I understand, this is happening in Eastern Europe. There is, it's like neon something. There's like smaller individual tournaments, right?
Yes.
But these teams or pro teams, like Div 1, Div 2, are apparently match fixing. And there's actually like a big match fixing scandal like within a singular like league. That's actually being operated through a league. Like so imagine if 82L was like running a match fixing scandal like within their league and working with betting sponsors, shit like that.
Oh, like from internal. Oh.
Yeah, so like and here's where the issue like bleeds into the DPC is the fact that like DPC teams are playing in this. And one of them made like he was really big, like largely marked, like it was a 5-1 odd. Like it was ridiculous that they lost. And like stupid heavily favored. Like I don't know if you ever looked at the odds and stuff, but usually like this team's about to get their ass whooped is like 3.28. This is a 5-1. Like, it's insane.
But the concept of them winning is like astronomical, actually.
Yeah, like there's no way they lose. Like, there's no fucking way. It's like a team of fucking divines playing against like crusaders. Like, that's like what a 5-1 looks like.
Yes.
And they fucking lost. Like, they lost. And it's not the first time that there was like allegations, and they're not the only team that's with this. Like, but it's once again like China had half their fucking region literally just cut, banned for life, careers over, and now it's spreading into Eastern Europe.
Yeah, and that's not even an exaggeration. I think legitimately 50% to 60% of tier 2 Chinese Dota
tier
teams
1 as well. Like, there was 3 or 4 like slots. Like, we'll get into how that affected China like here in a second, but like it's occurring in Eastern Europe now. Like, this is starting to be an issue. And how much can or should Valve do when it's becoming the issue that it is? Because they've already banned like half of a fucking region, and it's not stopping anybody.
I think it's important to also kind of look at the root of the issue, which is, I mean, we've talked about this over and over, and this is just like, this is evidence to what we've said and what I've said like a lot on this podcast, which is just a simple principle that like there's a wealth inequality in Dota that is incredibly steep. In that, like, we've talked about this of the, you know, the top 1% of pro players make 90% of the money in the pool. Like, you have ridiculously wealthy people like fucking, like, what is it, No Tail, and like people like that from like EG and that who won 2 TIs in a row, and like other people like are incredibly valuable. I mean, I can't imagine Dendy's not doing too terrible, but you have this issue where are they going to make money, man? Like, okay, you don't qualify for TI, and like we've said every year, everything pales in comparison to TI. You didn't qualify for TI, you're not making money, and what, maybe 5% of total pro Dota teams qualify for TI.
Here's the stat, and like that was stated when I was like reading about this and listening about this. And it goes along with exactly what you're saying, because I know you haven't listened to the same podcast or read the same shit that I have.
Fair.
So like, it's actually really fucking like interesting that you're on the same like point as like some of the guys who do this for a living. The point that was brought up was this: about 70% of the, maybe even 80% of the prize money for the entire year is TI, right?
80%.
So you have 1.5 mil being spread out between 3 majors.
Yep.
And even if it's only like 25 mil or like, what was it, 24 mil, whatever the hell the TI was this past one, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's that, you're still like, that's 80% of the yearly prize pool is TI, right?
Yeah.
Now with that, the top 4 teams, let me do a little bit of quick math, 63, about 65%. We'll say 65% of that 80% of the prize pool goes to the top 4 finishers in TI. So what they were saying, it makes sense, is if you're not one of those top 4 teams, you're not making money anyways.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
No, let's go ahead and say, let's say just for instance here that like you take so it's, like you said, three minors, right? Sorry, majors, 3 majors, 500,000 each, right? That's 1.5. Let's say all other Dota tournaments probably combined throughout the year about another 500,000. Do you think that's unfair?
Well, probably still a little bit high, honestly. Like, I would say probably close to 100,000, maybe 75,000.
Okay, let's be generous then. Let's just, for the sake of generosity, just to even make a more point, let's say that we're fudging this number enough to say it's 2 million.
Sure.
let's go ahead and just review the fact that in 2021, we're comparing it to the last one, but let's compare it to the highest that this ever was.
42 mil.
It was 42 million. So let's just go ahead and take that number right there. That means that was 5%. 5% of the money in Dota, like the money in Dota, was outside of TI.
Mm-hmm.
95% of money that can be made playing this game is in a single tournament that consists of what, 32 teams?
Where 65% of it goes to your top 4 teams.
Yeah, so there
the
it
point
is.
they were making is these guys are dudes that are probably at the end of their career saying, hey, I'll make money with this.
End of their career being like fucking 23 or something like that, or 25.
Well,
yeah.
Not even the age wise. Like, they're just straight up not good enough.
Yeah. They aren't.
Top 14. Like,
Yeah.
you're a top 14, that's 20 people. 20 people.
20 people out of every single pro Dota player there is. Yeah, no, you're right. Go ahead.
And you're like, hey, you know what? I can't even, like, my teams aren't making it to TI, whatever. Like, I'll make money off of this scandal until I can't anymore, until I just get banned. Well, I already made money, and at least I made money doing it. So if that's the way that people are thinking, how do you stop it? Well, you got to be able to make money outside of just TI.
Yeah. And I mean, even more than that, like, you have people who have to invest in a pro team, right? The people who fucking put the money together for you to go do your shit. You know, you're not making money off the franchise, right? Especially if you're like a smaller team. Like, you're not making the money back on people buying Thunder Awaken fucking like t-shirts. Do you know what I mean? Like, you are putting money in
because nobody has actual team following.
Yeah.
No one has organization followers. Like, it's all individual player followers.
Yeah. So
there's no like, I bleed like fucking I don't know, like Man U in soccer, or like I bleed the Kansas City Chiefs in football. Like, it's not that.
Yeah. And
it's I bleed Arteezy.
Yeah. No, they follow players. They don't follow teams. Because players switch teams so fucking often, right?
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, the fact, like, a roster staying for the entire, like, all 3 DPC season through TI, like, that's uncommon.
A player staying more than 2 seasons on a team seems unusual, unless you're Puppy. If you're Puppy, you just stay on like 2 teams for your entire career. But
except, how many players has Puppy played with? Oh, right, and that's the point.
Yeah. So,
and like,
I also do see it the other way of it. Yeah, I also see it the other way of it, though. I see that if you're in a tier 2 team, man, or if you're in like a tier 1 team that just isn't fucking like the top of the crop, like, well, I guess less tier 1, but like, especially if you're tier 2, getting a sponsorship of any kind or whatever the fuck it is, like, they may just look at you and say, you're not making us fucking money. You're not going to fucking TI. None of you are. So you either start doing match fixing shit or figuring out some way to make money doing this. You have to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, there's no money. Like, you have sponsors pulling out, like,
crazy. There is
Energy.
no money.
There's been 2 companies who've been known, like, in the past for literally throwing, like, their logo up on anything that fucking breathes. Is Monster and Intel. Okay?
Yes.
Now, Intel has pulled out they've pulled out completely from Dota, and it pulled out almost completely from other esports. Monster, who everyone remembers, like EG, and having like the Monster Energy on their fucking jerseys and all this, like, it was like their biggest fucking like sponsor logo on their jersey. No longer. It's only Liquid that is sponsored by Monster now. The only team in all of Dota to be sponsored by Monster, and this is a sponsor that wants to put their logo on everything. But they're like, no, we don't do anything. We don't make anything from this.
In full honesty, because every fucking person who's a Dota player who watches Pro Dota is probably just chugging Monster already, dude. You're not capturing a new market.
I'm drinking it right now.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking yeah. It's, I mean, exactly that. I mean, I don't know. Like, sponsorship money is leaving Dota. The community has to generate its own money, and the problem is that there's just, you're just not. Like, this is again why I think the pro scene is dying, which could be an extension of why the community is dying, because it's just impossible to enter.
The community's dying. I'm not convinced.
I think at the very least we're not growing. We can say that.
And we're definitely not growing, but I don't think it's dying. And I really don't think Pro Dota is dying either. I think that it's moving to like we talked about this, like it's passing the torch. We're going to new generations.
You're right.
And like I don't think any of Dota's dying. Like I think it gets bland, but it's the same motherfuckers that complain, Dota's dead. It's dead. Like they're still the ones playing 8,000 fucking hours of this game.
Yeah.
Like they are not leaving. They're still the ones crying that it's dead because they keep seeing the fucking game because they won't stop playing it because it's not dead. Are we getting a lot of new players? Maybe not from fucking like NA, but shit from around the like rest of like around the world. Yeah, like we are getting new players.
South America, fucking especially.
In South America, it won't stop growing. Like they're a fucking plague. Like they love this shit.
Yeah, I think
like,
people. Yeah, this is the funny thing.
SEA loves this shit.
Yeah,
and then you have like the titan of fucking Western Europe.
Yeah, see, this is the funny thing if you actually think about it, is that like Reddit likes to bitch about it, but like I think people have to realize that the English speaking community of Reddit, like who play Dota, is the smallest fucking community. Like the Spanish speaking community and the Russian speaking community. Yeah, but we're the ones who bitch.
Literally a bitching platform.
It is.
But unfortunately it's the loudest platform too. So like
yep.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's the bottom line though, it's too hard to make money in this shit because we're greedy and we want all the fucking money going to one goddamn tournament. And the 25% that's supposed to go from the battle pass into TI isn't even fucking doing that. Where the hell that money's going from? Like half, like to put in perspective, we didn't raise less money than we did the previous year. Like we passed it up, but the ticker stopped halfway through the battle pass. Hello, Valve. Where the fuck's the other 24,000 or 24 mil? Sorry.
Yeah, million. I was gonna say.
Yeah, million. That's a big difference. Where the fuck's the other 24 mil? Because it's not in the majors. It's not in D2. It's not in D1. Like, where the fuck's that at, right? No one knows. No one fucking knows. They pocketed. They scammed like all the fucking like they scammed the community, if you ask me.
I mean, dude, this is what amazes me is that people don't seem to like see those numbers. I'm like, okay, you know what Valve puts up every year, and people fucking praise them for being fucking generous. They put up 1.6 million of the prize pool, and then people don't seem to put the math together. I'm like, dude, for every fucking dollar you pay, 25 cents of that goes to fucking the prize pool, and 75 of it goes in fucking Gaben's pocket, dude. Like, you have to realize that. Like,
but it's more.
Yeah.
Because now, only fucking instead of 25 cents, only 12.5 cents went.
Oh,
because half the fucking money. Like I'm telling, like where the fuck's the other half?
Why
is no one talking about that? Like there was the point of like, oh, maybe they're putting it towards the majors. Like fucking major one's done. It sure shit didn't go to production. I mean, fuck me. The goddamn trophy broke. That doesn't look like a $25 million trophy.
Yep. Oh my God.
I mean, shit. He was fucking. I'll never forget fucking watching him waving around like a fucking flashlight.
Oh, you talking about from the major?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the money clearly didn't go to the major. Like, holy shit.
I don't know. It's fucking extraordinary.
That looked like fucking like literally SEA low budget fucking cosplay from like the Philippines. Like that's what that fucking major was.
It really was.
That ain't 25 mil that's missing. Like that's not going to that. Sorry about you.
Yeah, I mean this is the thing that I feel like just is like, okay, you're telling me that Valve can't take out like 4 million of the estimated 120 million they made off of just this tournament. Like, let's remind that it's just this tournament. That isn't the money they make in Dota overall. You can still buy all the bullshit treasures they put out every year, and Lord knows they must make a fucking penny off of those every year.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Well, like, I mean, not to mention, like you say, it's free work. Community make these. We'll give you 10 cents off.
Holy shit, yeah. Dude, oh my God, it's automatic. You have people out there who just want to make sets for Dota because it's their fucking passion. And then you actually make money off of them just because you give them the privilege of selling it. The privilege.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and you will give you 10 cents from every 250.
It's not the privilege of selling it. It's a privilege for you to make a set for them.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't also forget. You know when they put out those fucking, what was it? It was like support your content creator or some bullshit like that. It was like you get the signature of some fucking one of the people that you liked, and it was like, oh yeah,
to everybody.
Yeah, they will give you 10% if you ask for their signature. It's another fucking scam because they're still taking fucking 90% off the top.
Like, they take 90% off the top, but then it also isn't like for the voice lines.
Oh my god, the voice lines.
Would fucking Slacks make, or I can't even think of her fucking name, Effie, have made off their voice lines?
Oh my god, dude.
But it gets split to all the content players because equal opportunity, right? It's a scam. You're not even supporting your favorite fucking like your talent, like your favorite content creator.
Oh yeah, and they don't last forever, which is the fucking most hilarious thing to me.
That's the other thing. Like the big thing is like if you're supporting if you're trying to support Effie or Slacks, it's not even going to them, like for the most part. Like you have to split. Like that's like, oh, this fucking waiter over here is like spitting on the other people's food. Like fuck that guy. But I have a really nice waitress who's just trying to support a family, and I want to tip her, but it actually goes to the guy who's fucking spitting on food. That didn't even work with you. Like that. That's the shit. Like that's what's happening. It's bullshit. But like we got off topic here. Like we got way off topic. But like going back to like the whole match fixing shit and like what occurs with it. China, we saw get half their fucking shit removed. Then teams are getting slotted up. So it's not just the top two like who are supposed to be slotted up into D1.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's like 3 or 4 teams. One of these teams was outsiders from China.
Oh my god!
It was actually what their team name isn't outsiders. It's actually quote unquote. It's like quote outsiders from China, unquote. If that makes sense. Kind of confusing.
Important to say because there was a team outsiders that did exist.
Here's the craziest shit for this. Okay. When the season was over, the team disbanded. They're going to replace their whole roster around one guy. So one person from the original roster was actually moved up into Div 1. Whole new roster.
Jesus Christ.
So now you got a brand new team. You don't know how good they are, how bad they are. They're playing Div 1 now. I'll tell you how good they are, Will Sheep. They were 0-14. And
oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, they lost. It wasn't even like they won a game.
Yeah, I don't think people have a concept of this. Like it's fucking like literally never won a single match. Showed up, got their shit kicked in, went home. I don't think there's ever been a team in the history of Dota that's gone to an official Valve event and had this happen. Like they've always pulled out one game.
Bit, okay. They didn't just lose.
Mm-hmm.
If you got your shit rocked, how long would you say a game where you got your shit rocked normally lasts? Like on like the average?
Like in a pro game? Or like in
in general, like just going to a pub.
If I'm getting like, shit stomped, it's probably about 25 minutes, I would say. 25, 30 minutes.
30 minutes, okay. Their longest game was 27 minutes.
Oh no.
They didn't lose like a close one. They got dicked.
Yeah, so this wasn't even like they didn't have there was never a hope.
You said your lowest, right, would be like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
8 of their 14 games, so literally over half of their games, was under 20 minutes.
How?
Of those,
you know what I blame?
Half of those 8 games were under 16 minutes.
Oh no. Okay, you know what I blame? Do you know what I blame? I blame Meme Hammer. It's Meme Hammer, dude. It's Meteor Hammer all over. That's all that it is.
You know what I blame?
What?
I blame them moving up a fucking roster of one player.
Boo. Yeah, that's true.
You clearly don't fucking belong. And I'm sorry, but if you're like a vast majority, like over a quarter of your games, you don't even last 16 minutes, you don't belong in Div 2, let alone Div 1.
I mean, or is it that big of a difference between Div 2 and Div 1?
I don't think so. Like, I have to believe that most Div 2 teams can at least make a game go above 30 minutes.
Fair point. I think we could come up with a draft that would fucking last at least 30 minutes.
I don't think so.
Nah, fair.
We remember the qualifiers, brother.
Fair point.
It was 6-0 until it wasn't. No, I mean it's crazy, right? Like the team just clearly didn't belong, and this doesn't mean like clearly not everyone's style is rush it down your fucking throat.
Yeah.
You're that it's that unbalanced to where it doesn't matter what the fucking strat is, you're still dicking them. And you're still like the fact that not a game has gone over 30, not to mention over half is under 20 minutes. I mean, I'm talking like most were like 17, 18 minutes.
Yeah, which goes to show you the void that has been created in China because of their cheating scandal, let alone what's now going to happen in Eastern Europe. Like, I don't know. There's going to be a massive like resurgence. And there's, like we just said, because of this goes to show there's a massive gap in the China region now. Massive.
Yeah.
Like in terms of talent. And maybe that means people come up. Maybe that means people move to fucking China to play Dota. Who knows?
Yeah, because people are gonna want to fucking move to China to play Dota.
Hell yeah, brother.
That sounds like a fucking great time.
Fair point.
You know what I fucking say?
Hmm?
I say take a goddamn like one of the fucking 15 teams that get to go the majors from fucking China. I think it's like 4 or like 3. Take away one of those and give it to freaking SA and allow Thunder Awaken in.
Ooh, that's a good point. The up and coming region, the actually up and coming region.
And you don't want that, then let BetBoom in. Or like Virtus, not Virtus Pro.
No.
I think
bring back New B, dude.
Because if I remember right, the ones who get 2 are NA, SA, and SCA. And of those regions, Nouns doesn't belong, SMG doesn't belong, let in fucking Thunder Awaken. That's my opinion. Like, it's just so.
If there's that much of a power gap, I agree.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, China's not even the same fucking thing. They have their fucking best players are eliminated. Get it out. Eastern Europe's going to be the fucking same thing soon. So, like, see you.
I'm just interested. I'm really interested to see if this becomes more of a problem in other regions. I mean, exactly like you just said, exactly like I just said. I just want to repeat it again. Like, the problem is, I think it's not to do with players having poor morals. I think it is desperation. I think it is desperation and just the inability in this industry like to make any kind of money if you're not literally the best, the 20 best players in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just terrible. Like, this is the ultimate fear of Dota, and the ultimate reason that anybody who wants to get into it, like, you shouldn't, is because you can do as much as you want. You can fucking play 8 games a fucking day, 12 games a day, sleep for 4 hours a night, and play this game nonstop and work your fucking ass off. And at the end of the day, there's still a 90% chance that you're not going to do this because you're not going to be successful because everyone else is doing the same thing at this level and all of them aren't successful.
Yeah.
It's just,
it's crazy.
It's heartbreaking. It really is.
So you know what you do instead?
Hmm?
You join the motherfucking mid lane masters, boy.
Mid lane masters.
Mid lane masters.
Talk to us about that, Greco. What is the mid lane masters?
Mid lane masters is coming soon to an 82L near you. What this is another project that my brain decided, hey, let's get involved again, out of nowhere, and probably a bad idea, but hey, it's an idea, and I think it's forming really, really well.
You compulsively just organize people and shit. I swear to you.
Well, here's how this happened, and then we'll kind of talk about like what exactly it is. So, the way this occurred was our mid laner Bois was like, hey, we should do 2v2s. Yeah, absolutely. Like, great idea. Like, want to do those. Like, 2v2s are awesome. Then we could do 1v1s, but nobody plays mid. So who the fuck are you going to 1v1? And I was like, oh, well, I've got like this guy that I can hit up, this guy I can hit up, this guy. And then I was thinking, what if we just like made an internal league of some sort of mid laners where it's like, hey, I'm sure most mid laners want 1v1 practice. Typically, you're not going to get any on a team. You can 2v2 your own team, but you can't 1v1 your own team in most cases. Like, not everyone has 2 mid laners that are actually competent on the same team. Much less one sometimes. So I was like, okay, let's get all the mid laners together and let's kind of see what they do. So I was thinking, it's like, how can we make this both fair, fun, competitive, and for everybody? Well, ladder format, right? So the way this is going to work is we're going to have a ladder. We're going to have initial leaderboard set up. You're allowed to challenge up to 3 spots above you. You can't challenge down. You can only challenge up. If you lose the challenge, then you two switch spots on the leaderboard. With that being said, since you get the challenge and all that, and because of the nature of it, you can play as many fucking games as you want. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you just have to get approved and all this stuff.
As long as your opponent accepts, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, as long as they accept, right? Like, you have to have someone show up.
Yes.
So the admins are going to give you 5 heroes for your matchup. It's a best of 3. Each player gets a ban. So let's just say I give you like Earth Spirit, Storm Spirit, Void Spirit, Tinker, Pugna, and you say, this guy's really good at like Ember Spirit. I don't want to play against this Ember, so I'm going to ban Ember. And the other guy's like, well, fuck Tinker, so get rid of Tinker. So now you have 3 heroes left. You're only going to be allowed to play one of those heroes per game, or like per series. So you have to play, like, if it goes to 3, you're playing each one of those 3 heroes. You can pick whichever one for each game. Sometimes you're going to face the same matchup. Sometimes you're going to face like different matchups. But it's the best 2 out of 3, and winner gets the higher seed in that. And we could have anywhere up from Immortals all the way down to Heralds, and it doesn't matter because if you lose, you don't budge. If you win, then you move up.
And in full honesty, it's great for mids to practice. I think they'd have a great, like, if you ever want a chance to learn mid lane or like to get just perfect your skills, you're going to get to see where you actually sit in an honest rating and like an honest ability of like where you're actually able to compete with. Oh, my team holds me back. All right, well, now prove that shit, Archon. Go be a divine mid laner, then talk that shit. Like, let's see it.
I think I was talking to Sun about this too, and I go, in all honesty, what a like environment for mid laners. Because here's how I view mid laners. Typically the more toxic ones on the team.
Yeah.
Typically the highest ego on the team.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
And I mean, you talk about fucking bragging rights of being like above certain people and say 1v1 me mid, bro. Like how often do you hear it? 1v1 me mid? Well, fucking bring it, bitch. Like let's give you the environment 1v1 and settle the shit.
Oh yeah, lay it down. Where are you on the leaderboards? Because Lord knows the amount of fucking Archon mid laners that I hear talking about how they should be ancient or they used to be ancient. They just got to get back up there. I'm tired of it, dude. Like go prove it. Go prove where you are on this fucking ranking. Prove you're the one Archon who's actually an Archon mid laner who fucking actually is divine. Go do it.
Yeah. I honestly like. And the other bit is when you're looking through free agents and stuff, you see mid laner, and you wonder sometimes. Well, most of the time in commentary is bullshit. It's a lot of shit of, I know this guy, pick him. He's a really nice guy. He's really good. And then you put him on your team and you shit, right? But he's a nice guy, so that's a plus because you at least play with a nice guy. You just play with a shitty nice guy. How nice would it be if you're looking for a player and they're like, yo, I'm an Archon 3 mid laner sitting at 15 on the leaderboards with all the ancients. I fucking pick that motherfucker up, right?
Oh yeah.
Like dude will win his mid lane in freaking challenger, hands down. Like you don't have to worry about that. Not to mention the amount of practice. Like how much better our mid laners are gonna get. Like you actually have a way to practice. And maybe we expand to 2v2s and maybe like Lord knows how that would work. I have no clue. And maybe you like we spam and do like, I don't know, end of the season like 1v1 tournament like with the top 8 or something players, like, or separate them. Who knows, don't care yet, right? But I think it's going to be something that's pretty cool, that's going to be pretty easy to run, that's going to be for the most part like it's going to run itself, and all we have to do is give 5 heroes to a team and let them 1v1 and get better. I mean, it's the best way that I could think of to get my mid laner practice.
Oh yeah, and even more than that, it's like, oh, I don't play any of these heroes. Fucking good. Go practice them, and in an environment that's competitive. And this way, you're not committed to a match that you're fucking locked into for 50 minutes because you're tilted. Like, go figure it out. Like, I would, dude, as a fucking offlaner, I would love to have this just to figure out new heroes. Like, just give me 15 minutes of figuring out how the fuck to lane this thing. Because you don't get to practice an individual part of a game, do you? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got 15 minutes practice lane, and now you're not going to get to do that again for at least another, like, probably 30, 40 minutes.
So here's the other bit too, and you were talking about this, is it exposes people that are good at one or two heroes. Like, your number one on the leaderboard is not going to be a guy who's a god tier tinker player.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's going to be a guy who's good at everything. You're going, like, number one will be the most well-rounded mid player.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Like, it'll expose you if you're not. And if you're like, you lose the matchup, you're challenging up, oh, I can beat this guy. I beat this guy in League the other day, and like, easy, like, I'm gonna challenge him and shit like that, and cool. And you get heroes you don't play and you lose, challenge them again tomorrow. Get new heroes. See if you're better. It only takes one time to fucking pass them up. That's it.
Yep, beat them once. That's all you need.
Yeah, beat them once, and then be ready to be challenged. So it's going to be chaos. It's going to be exciting, and I think the name that our team picked out, Mid Lane Masters, is very, very fitting, as number one is going to be the master of the mid lane.
Oh, 100%.
So
and I think that
I'm excited.
Just my last thing I want to say, I find it interesting because it's the exact opposite of what any fucking high MMR player will tell you to do to gain MMR, of like, oh, just drill 2 heroes and just play them until you're fucking amazing. Like, no, develop every fucking hero you can, and this is what's going to prove you to be truly the best mid laner. And that's the only way to really determine it. You want to be best in a role, this is what it is.
I tell you what, it shuts people up when they're saying this guy can only play 2 heroes.
Oh, fuck yeah, it does.
I mean, you only play 2 heroes, there's 30 on the board, man. Like, you're probably not getting one of those 2 heroes. So I think that was the number, right? We picked out 30. Yeah. Named 30 different mid laners. Maybe add a couple more here and there, but like,
yeah, we can release a list and go over it.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, like, it's got every single mid laner I could think of in the game.
You know, if Sun gets a chance to look at the list, the first thing he's gonna go is, "What? No Sand King?"
No, but he will say, "Oh, there's a Pudge here."
I don't care what anybody says. Pudge is a mid laner. He will always have a place in mid in my heart. I don't care what anybody says.
Zero chance that we weren't putting Pudge.
Zero chance that's not in there. You want to you hate it? That's too bad. Ban it.
Yep, ban it.
All right, let's wrap it.
But yeah, I mean, we're gonna wrap it up from here. But be looking out for the Mid Lane Masters announcement. It should be coming in the next couple days. I'm super pumped to get this rolling. Actually, low key, probably more excited about this than I was the charity event. No lie, I just think this is going to be new and exciting, and
fuck yeah, dude,
it's going to be awesome. I'm pumped for it.
Hell yeah.
So until next time, adios.
Laters.